elders, man. Big up the women. Big up the certain man them, man. Get me? I come out in unison. Africa, the diaspora, the police are going like they're leading something, but they're not. But I suppose they do what they gotta do, and we do what we gotta do. Them and that powers, and the armies them are walking. See that bridge? Mad. Big dog, Tony. Yeah, we get the flags up. Everyone's here, Jamaica, Tanzania, Congo. Everyone. Look at that, powers, man. Bringing London to a standstill. That's it, London to a standstill. Look at the elders, man. Where's the young people though, bro? Like, a lot of moist. Don't stand for nothing apart from pissy blocks. Yeah, you know, like that.
For long, Africa has been looking for someone who can stand for Africa. Is it time that the African continent has gotten that person, the one and the only, who will stand with the spirit of Africa, who will stand for the gods of Africa, who will stand for the people of Africa? We've had several previously who are known to have stood, but maybe there is always a story behind them. We had Nelson Mandela, who never wanted to play part with the white colonizers, but again, maybe there's a story behind it. We've had the likes of the president of Libya, who stood for his own people, but again, there was a story behind it. But now, in this generation, we've had Julius Malema from South Africa, who stood for Africa against the Western influence, the Western and the European influence. But again, he went to the Asians to try to help him. He did not get it, but yet he's still fighting. And now we have Ibrahim Traore from Burkina Faso, who has stood stronger for his own country first, making great changes in the country, that Burkina Faso is rumored to be growing economically. People are getting jobs and solutions are being met. And that is after he expelled the French forces and French influence in Burkina Faso. For the shortest time possible, he has been able to pay the Burkina Faso international debt. That Burkina Faso has no debt to the international. Name them IMF, name them Russia, name them China, name them international whatever banks. They don't have that debt. And it's also rumored that the jobs and employment in Burkina Faso has increased. At least 9 out of 10 people are employed. That means that every family or household, at least they have something to put on the table. So people are happy. Talk about the roads. the first country in Africa to find its own roads for over 240 kilometers without the outside influence, without borrowing. Why is Burkina Faso doing, and how are they managing to do that? Every African country has its own resources, and Burkina Faso is not an exemption of the same. Talk about gold. Burkina Faso has the highest gold. It's one of the countries in Africa that boasts of best gold mining, or the largest gold mining. And that is what France was doing, taking it out of Burkina Faso and storing them in their own bank. For the case of economical fallout, they will use that gold to bail themselves out. But those are the riches of Africa. Those are the riches of Burkina Faso. So with the coming of Traore, he saw a need to secure the gold mines and make sure that the money they're getting from the selling of the gold mines, they are helping to grow Burkina Faso. He's one man who is not selfish, just like any other African leaders we've seen. If it was like in the case of other African countries, the gold and the money gotten from the minings would have been used to expand his life and start living a lavish life. Maybe he'll be having 2 jets, personal jets, flying in every country he wishes. Motorcade of the longest motorcade with the most expensive watches and shoes, most expensive cars, most expensive houses in the best places ever. Maybe he would have invested in the West and trying to make the West friends because he has the resources that they're looking for. But Traore has not done that. For sure, his eyes are looking unto his own people because he wants the best for his own people as he's trying to do away with the Western influence. But do you just run away from the West like that? No, it doesn't work that way. Because if you do, they will always find a way to come back to you. Have they tried to do that to Traore? Yes, they have tried. One of the American generals said that Traore is a corrupt man and he deserves to be eliminated. He deserves to be not to be in power because he's corrupted and he is misleading, or he's destroying the lives of the people in Burkinabe. Yes, most of the people who are not in Burkina Faso will agree to that and say, truly, there is a reason to why this guy should be out of power. But the people, the citizens of Burkina Faso will say, no, he needs to be in power because he has brought the change that we've been looking for. The prayers we've been praying for the longest has been answered. So what is this that has happened to Traore? He's only 37 years old, second youngest head of state in the world, expelled France from his country. That is paid a debt of Burkina Faso, as we said earlier, $5 million, paid the debt, a price tag given on his head. That is $500 to kill him, which failed. Foils of 18 plus assassinations that have failed. Iconic fast bomb greetings. 5 and children unknown, and that is the reason why it's not easy to get to this man. Does he have any mystical powers that are giving him an upper hand in all these assassinations in the leadership? Maybe the spiritualists, you say, the African gods are on him and they're keeping and protecting him for Africa needs to shine again. The gods of Africa are up and awake, ready to take care, ready to protect, ready to guide Africa to its best and greatest levels ever. Maybe is it going to happen through Traore, or is there any other person to help Traore do this? Are other African leaders ready to support Traore, or are they clowning themselves with the Western sanctions?